Sophia Hutchins, CAITLYN Jenner's friend and manager, has reportedly died in an ATV accident.
You know what?
What?
Don't even go down this road because I'm not talking about it.
Driving up a windy mountain road in Malibu on an ATV, Sophia takes a quick right turn and frantically crashes into the bumper of a Mazda. But it wasn't the crash that was the scariest part. It was the 350 feet that she and the ATV plummeted to her death. This is the tragic death of CAITLYN Jenner's longtime friend and manager, Sophia Hutchins. So let's get into it. Recently, there's been a tragic death in the Kardashian-Jenner universe because CAITLYN Jenner's longtime manager and friend is pronounced dead at 29 years old after a freak ATV accident. Now, I remember Sophia from CAITLYN's show, I Am Kate, when she was going through her trans journey, and Sophia is a trans woman as well, so she helped CAITLYN during those times, and it looks like she tragically died on Wednesday morning in Malibu. She was riding on an ATV near where CAITLYN lives, where she struck the bumper of a moving car. That impact forced the ATV over the shoulder of some ravine, and she and the ATV went plummeting 350 feet down. Now, at first I'm like, what is a ravine? Because I don't even know what a ravine looks like. So I tried to Google pictures. Essentially, it's like a cliff, but it's like a cliff between land. So it's not like you're over the edge and there's a whole bunch of water. So it looks like this rear ending of this vehicle while on the windy mountainous road in Malibu sent her off the cliff to her death. Authorities say it looks like she was speeding at the time and she rear-ended the car, then that caused her to veer to the right and go off of the cliff. They say it doesn't seem like she was following them. I think that she just came up to them very quickly, maybe lost control and hit the car. It looks like there were two female passengers that were in the gray Mazda in which she hit and that sent her over the cliff. Can you imagine being the two girls and then you see this ATV like ram into you and then fall over and you're like, oh, I hope they're okay. They're saying it looks like she tried to maneuver to go around the Mazda maybe while they're on this road, but she was going too fast. She hit the end of their bumper to the side, which made her lose control and veer off of the cliff. The incident occurred at 11:30 a.m. on July 2nd, a quarter mile south of Decker Edison Road, where CAITLYN Jenner lives. I did try to find like where this ravine could be, and looking at Google Earth, it's really hard to find like where there's a huge like ditch or cliff because it's all pretty mountainous. This officer says they believe that CAITLYN Jenner actually attended the accident site where deputies were on the scene. So we don't think she was obviously with her when the accident had happened, but she was close enough to where she arrived on the scene and was probably like, what the hell had happened?
According to TMZ, the entrepreneur was driving an ATV down a road near CAITLYN's home when she collided with a moving vehicle. The ATV was forced over the shoulder of the road and fell 350 feet into a ravine.
This is such a tragic accident, and I am sending condolences to Sophia's family and CAITLYN Jenner. I mean, she was working with CAITLYN for so many years, and I'm sure CAITLYN is devastated by this. Now, I know some people in the comments are going to go back and talk about the fact that CAITLYN Jenner had crashed into someone and killed people before with her vehicle, and I understand people are going to go there, but we do need to respect Sophia, like, died, and I cannot believe that this has happened, and I'm sure her family's devastated. So a search and rescue team actually rappelled down the side of the cliffside to go and recover her body, who was pronounced dead at the scene. They're gonna have to do a toxicology report to see if there was any drugs or alcohol in her system. Both of the women in the Mazda were uninjured and stayed at the scene to be interviewed by deputies. So thank God they did stay. Like, I'm pretty sure they would be the ones who called police, because who else would have been there? Can you imagine if the two girls like just ditched and then they like left her body out there? That would be so horrific. It actually looks like one of the women inside this vehicle is a local realtor that was showing a house in the area. Can you imagine taking like a person that you're selling a house to like on this drive, and then you ultimately end up kind of killing someone by accident? This report claims that the same day, an emotional CAITLYN Jenner revealed to the Daily Mail that she's going through some tough times amid this searing grief. But CAITLYN Jenner has yet to comment on this death, and actually none of the Kardashians have said anything about it, which is pretty disappointing. Now, to give you guys some context, actually, Sophia met CAITLYN back in 2015 because when I saw she was 29, a lot of people on Instagram were like, wait, there's no way she's 29 because she's been around forever. But I guess CAITLYN hired her back in 2015, like when she was like 19 years old. And she later appeared in several episodes of the docuseries I Am Kate. Sophia said that she has a similar sense of humor to CAITLYN. We spent the entire time laughing and ended up meeting for brunch, and we've been great friends ever since. I saw that nobody was managing her, and there were all these people taking massive advantage. And I was saying, CAITLYN, if I don't step in here and start managing you, you're gonna go broke.
Sophia is CAITLYN's good friend who lives with her, and I'm not surprised that Sophia called my mom for advice because my mom...
It almost seems like Sophia and CAITLYN were somewhat in a relationship. I mean, it does appear that CAITLYN was still interested in women, or still is interested in women, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's something romantic going there.
Obviously was managing CAITLYN for 20-something years. But I am surprised that my mom is entertaining it because, her and CAITLYN have had kind of a rocky relationship the past few years.
Courtney's always a little bit shady, bringing up the baggage. CAITLYN actually gave a statement in reference to Sophia back in 2019, and she called Sophia her best friend, family, and confidant. This comment reads, so she was 18 or 19 when they first met? Weird. Another person added, agreed, it's creepy. In addition, CAITLYN said that Sophia is one of the top minds in her field. Her value in my life is undeniable. The sky is the limit with her entrepreneurial skills. Now, there were points where CAITLYN actually turned down the rumors that Sophia and her were dating. In 2019, she told Variety, we're not going to get into that, but we are very close. We do a lot of things together. We're kind of inseparable. We're the best of friends. Now, Sophia did go to Pepperdine University. She got a finance degree. I don't think she's an accountant, but it does seem like she saw that CAITLYN was in a vulnerable spot when she transitioned. Her family turned against her, yet she still had this fame and some of those moochers and handlers still around. So I think Sophia saw an opportunity to step in and become kind of like CAITLYN's handler, but hopefully with her best interests.
We are living together.
We do live together, yes.
Okay. So, I mean, just to kind of, it's the elephant in the room, a lot of people are wondering, is this romantic or is it not? I think it's kind of important just to kind of put that issue to bed rather than
I don't think it's that important.
No?
No, I think it's unfortunate that the media has fixated onto is it romantic or is it not? I don't think we need to talk about is it romantic or not. We're partners in everything we do. We're inseparable. We're business partners. We live together. We share a dog. We share family. We share a life together.
I mean, it sounds like they're dating, right? It sounds like who else does that with just their business partner?
But as far as caving into the media and having one of us label it as something, we're not going to do that.
Sophia went on to Heather McDonald's Juicy Scoop podcast. Shout out to Heather McDonald. I've been on there before as well. Go and watch my episode with her. But she described living with CAITLYN as living with a parent. She said, last week we had to put a lock on my door because CAITLYN decided to barge into my room while I had a male friend over. She kind of saw a lot of things happening. Now I wonder if CAITLYN was like, oh boy, like I'm not getting out of here. She probably wanted to watch. She teased, I'm like, oh, this might be a turning point where I might need to move out. I don't want to leave her by herself, but she also knows I'm getting older and I want to be able to have my own life. She says, I really like living there though. My office is based out there. She converted the guest house into our office space. So everyone on my team is in the city. It's tough to have everyone always drive to us because Malibu is so hard to get to. But there are so many people who are acting messy in the comments. Like MSH writes, we've reached out to CAITLyn Jenner before the body is even cold. Dang, do you have no respect? It was her best friend. This person replied, did you forget about the fatal accident that Bruce Jenner caused in 2015? Another person writes, that family has a lot of bodies on their hands. And I just want to say, people die. Things are tragic in life. You're going to lose people. I don't think it's fair to say that this family's racked up bodies because there's a lot of them and they know a lot of people. So things do happen, but it is a little bit like mysterious and sketchy and random. I mean, she's only 29. But in 2015, CAITLYN was driving a Cadillac Escalade with a towing trailer on the back of it. And then she rear-ended a Lexus driven by Kimberly Ho, who had died. The force of the impact actually sent Kimberly into the opposite lane, where she was struck head-on by a Hummer. She died at the scene, and 4 vehicles were involved in the horrific accident.
Images from California's Pacific Coast Highway show a grisly scene.
It's horrible, devastating.
We now have 7 patients, including 1 DOA.
At the center of this deadly car crash, Olympian and tabloid fixture Bruce Jenner.
Bruce, are you okay?
Seen here walking around the scene, surveying the damage. A white Lexus decimated and smoking on the side of the road. Authorities say for unknown reasons, a woman driving a blue Toyota Prius abruptly slowed down, causing the Lexus behind her to crash into her. Jenner driving a black Cadillac Escalade with an attached trailer, then rear-ending that Lexus, possibly propelling it into oncoming traffic. A Hummer traveling in the southbound lane, then striking the Lexus head-on.
Now, at the end of the day, CAITLYN did not get in trouble for this accident. Prosecutors concluded that they could not prove beyond reasonable doubt that her actions were unreasonable or negligent. But it looks like CAITLYN had to pay $800,000 in a settlement lawsuit and also pay for the plaintiff's medical expenses and attorney's fees. And that was quite an accident that CAITLYN had gotten into here. I mean, it's insane to see the amount of damage and the people who were hurt. I mean, 1 died, but what about the other 7 people who went to the hospital? Like, were limbs lost? Are they paralyzed? It's all really sad. Now, I went to see if there's any updates, and it looks like CAITLYN Jenner was spotted today getting a Starbucks all alone in Malibu. CAITLYN seemed to be in a good mood as she smiled and waved for paparazzi in the parking lot before she got into her car with their dog, Sophia's dog. I mean, damn, she does look pretty. Like, she's chilling. Like, what? Okay, I guess we all mourn in different ways. You know what I mean? Wait, like, why does she actually look so happy? Like, I haven't seen CAITLYN this. Look at her. Oh my gosh, honestly, like, I don't know how people mourn, but I would probably be at home, like, probably a little bit sad, right? Can't you have Starbucks brought to you? It's kind of like a weird move, because, like, you know that people are gonna be looking for you today, so you're all like, hey, yeah, my best friend just tragically fell off the 350-foot cliff yesterday. Let me take the Starbucks out, or let me take the dog out and go get some Starbucks. Okay, CAITLYN. So she's quite a character. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Rest in peace to Sophia, because she was an advocate for so many people, and especially with what's happening with the LGBT community, we need as many advocates out there. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.